So the Penguin show is officially over. Season finale just happened. After 8 episodes, gotta say, this is probably the best adaptation of the Penguin ever. This show is phenomenal from start to finish. There's not a wasted second, not a wasted episode. The show perfectly encapsulates what Penguin's all about, what he's always been in the books. And yes, there's been different iterations of the Penguin, but there's one common thing that holds like every version of the Penguin together. And that's the fact that he's evil, he's a bad guy, he's not redeemable. And this show does not shy away from that. In fact, I was actually getting nervous, as this show was going on because they were making Penguin very likable. You were rooting for him the whole time, and you're still rooting for him all the way up until the last 10 minutes of the final episode. And there's going to be spoilers in this, so please watch the series. But yeah, he kills Vic at the end, and you just instantly hate the Penguin and want Batman to take him out. And the final shot of the show is a zoom out of Penguin's apartment, and you see the bat symbol off in the distance going off right after Penguin says, "Nothing can stop me now." And then you see the bat symbol. I mean, it was just a perfect ending, a perfect final shot. And Matt Reeves wasn't lying. Batman's not in the show at all, but you do get that glimmer of hope, which is the bat symbol. Batman's the one man that's going to take down the Penguin. And there's so many things this show beautifully sets up. I mean, they're totally setting up Oswald Cobb running for mayor. I mean, that's totally what they're setting up here. He even has his slogan ready. He's the man of the people. That's going to be his mayor slogan as he's running. And this is probably going to be the start of Batman 2. This is probably going to be the first half of that Batman 2 movie. But my God, I think we just got the best limited series television show easily of 2024. I don't know if it's the best of all time, but it's easily the best show of 2024. And I really love how they're going to make it a limited series, and this is the end, and we're going to go into the Batman 2, and perhaps they'll do another limited series of another Batman villain. That would be great. But yeah, I can't get over how true this was to the books, to the character of Penguin, because Penguin is always that villain in the Batman comics that you almost want to feel pity for, because he's usually a little person or he has some deformity. He's no physical threat to Batman. So when Batman beats him up, you kind of feel bad for Penguin because, it's not even a competition. If Batman gets his hands on Penguin, Penguin's going to get wrecked. And you do feel that pity towards Oswald in this show. But then they bring it back to the fact that, yeah, he's a despicable person. He will do anything to win. He will do anything to come out on top at the end. And that includes sacrificing, the one guy, Victor Aguilar, the one guy that was helping him the whole time. The guy that's almost family for him. Penguin doesn't care. He's going to kill him anyway because he's a loose end. And I definitely called that in the first episode. Watching the first episode and getting introduced to this Victor character, I'm like, oh yeah, Penguin's going to kill this guy by the end. There's no way this guy's surviving with Penguin because Penguin's just that evil of a bad guy. And another thing I loved what the show did with the Penguin is that they kind of delved into his psychosis. Penguin is never the one that gets locked up in Arkham. He's never truly crazy, but he does have those moments where he is crazy. And the show actually ends on that beat where he uses one of his girlfriends and makes her dress up like his mom so he can have, his mom tell him that she's proud of him, which he never got from his actual mother. So he has deep mommy issues. And that's where his little bit of craziness comes out. But you wouldn't say he's crazy enough to get locked up in Arkham. Same thing with Sophia Falcone. She was thrown in Arkham unjustly, even though she's not crazy at all. And her being in Arkham for 10 years actually makes her crazy. And oh my God, just shout out to Sophia Falcone. They took a character that's almost nothing in the books. She shows up in The Long Halloween. She has a minor role in that. But she's never really been a big player in the books. And this show took that character and made her a top character. She's a top villain now. And there's a tease that she's going to be teaming up with Selena Kyle because in this Batman universe, Selena Kyle is her half-sister. Carmine Falcone is both their dads. So that's going to be a possible team up in the next Batman movie. So we can almost piece together what's going to happen in the next Batman movie based off this Penguin show. At least we're going to get the Penguin running for mayor, possibly becoming the mayor of Gotham. He's going to have the top hat. He's going to have the umbrella. He's going to have the Penguin suit on, He's going to be the man of the people. And we're going to get the Penguin for mayor storyline type thing. which we saw in Batman Returns, but this is going to be much better than Batman Returns. And I don't imagine that's going to be the whole movie, since, the first Batman movie of Matt Reeves' universe was a 3-hour movie. I could expect this next one will also be a 3-hour movie, and this Penguin running for mayor is just going to start the movie, right? And then you're probably going to get Sophia Falcone getting, broken out of Arkham by Selena Kyle. That subplot's probably going to happen. I know they got to introduce another villain. There's got to be another one that pops up in this Batman movie. But at least we know that they are running with a Penguin for mayor storyline to go into the next Batman movie, which I love. I mean, we have a full evolution of the Penguin character. We saw him in the first Batman movie, and he's just like an underboss. He's just a grunt soldier. And then we see his rise to mobster boss in this Penguin series. And now, in the start of the next Batman movie, he's going to get to a political game. He's going to become mayor. He's going to become even more powerful. And Batman's going to have to stop him. And I just love how they just set all this up, man. This is like, I can't imagine how much better they could have did it. I'm rewatching episodes of The Penguin right now. I just went back and rewatched the first episode, and I recommend everybody do that after finishing the series. Go back and rewatch the first episode, because there's so many things that they plant in that first episode that get paid off in the last episode, and it's just beautiful, man. Like, I was going, wow, 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 every fucking 10 seconds of that first episode. Like, they totally set up everything that was going to happen in the series in that first episode. And I absolutely loved it. It's amazing. Got to be one of the best DC shows they've ever made. And, now it gets me curious as to what we're going to do with this Batman universe going forward. What does James Gunn, think of all this? Is he trying to convince Matt Reeves to make this Batman a part of the DC universe? Because why not? You got something that's super popular. That's something I go back and forth on all the time in my own head. It's like, should they add this Batman to the DCU because it fits with the Superman that they're going to be making? Because James Gunn's making a Superman that's like year 2 or 3 of Superman, and Matt Reeves has already made a Batman that's in year 2 of Batman lore, so they're already on the same level. They both got collars on their suit, which I think is a hell of a coincidence. I don't know why nobody else is pointing that out. Both these live action versions of the characters running at the same time both have collars on their suits. I mean, I think it's a hell of a coincidence. But then there's some days where I'm like, just keep it separate. And Matt Reeves' Batman is just so perfect. Like, I don't want anything to fuck with it. But then again, if you told everybody that this Batman's going to show up at some point in the James Gunn universe, that would totally lift up the DCU and almost make it like impossible to fail, like type thing, People will be on the edge of their seat waiting for Batman to show up, the Matt Reeves Batman to show up in this James Gunn DCU. And I don't know why I'm talking about that. That's like off on a tangent. The focus is Penguin right now, and they totally nailed it. They kept him a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? All these moments in the show where you're feeling pity for him, and you're getting behind him, and you're like, it's an underdog story, and you're waiting for Penguin to come out on top. And then he does at the end, and then he does something horrific like kill one of the most likable characters in the show. A character that gave Penguin humanity. He just kills the guy with his bare hands, crushing his windpipe. I don't even know what the fuck Penguin did to Victor at the end. He just shoved his fingers in his throat and just fucking crushed his windpipe or something. Horrific death for Victor. The show solidifies that Penguin is a bad guy. He's unredeemable. You need to hate him. And by the end of the show, me and my fiance were looking at each other and we're like, yep, Penguin is evil. I hate the Penguin. They nailed it. This is exactly what they needed to do. There is no other way the show could have ended. This is perfect. I mean, I can't think of anything they could have did different. Not a wasted second in the show. But anyway, that's it for now. That's my thoughts on the Penguin. Absolutely love the show. We'll be rewatching the entire show before the next Batman movie comes out for sure. It's a great companion to the first Batman movie. And, now you got a Matt Reeves Batman universe that is on fire. Like, this is amazing. They are sitting on a gold mine here. And since James Gunn is the head of the DC, universe, DC Studios, he's got to be looking at Matt Reeves and his Batman and be like, how do I get that attached to my DC universe? How can I convince Matt Reeves of that? And I think what's going to do most of the convincing is if Superman Legacy is a big hit and everybody loves it, that's going to do most of the convincing. I think Matt Reeves and everybody, they're going to wait for that, right? because Superman Legacy and Batman Part 2, I think, come out the same year. They both come out next year, right? Or possibly Batman Part 2 comes out in 2026 and Superman Legacy comes out next year. So it's going to be like one after the other. So we'll see what they do. I love it. You know, even if the James Gunn DC universe doesn't work out, at least we have the Matt Reeves Batman universe that can hold us, you know, afloat for a long time, because I don't understand how they could possibly fuck this up. They're sitting on gold. They're making nothing but gold. And it would take a lot to fuck it up. But that's it for now. Comment below. Let me know what you thought of the Penguin show. What were some of your favorite parts of the show? Honestly, I can't stop thinking about the last episode. And after rewatching that first episode, it all really ties together beautifully. So, yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.